What do you know about what you've got up there? Because I agree with you. I think what you've got in the south is interesting, but it's small. You got to be able to do it economically. The analysts will know that. I can't imagine much being assigned to that in terms of value. So, what's the story you've been telling people about what you can do up north? I get the high grade silver bit and silver price bull market as it is now, fantastic. But what do you know today?
So what we know today is, and this is very, very important, what we forget what we drilled and put on the resource to the south back. What we know today is that we understand that old El Tigre mine because we drilled it and we have all the underground records. As we go north 3 to 4 kilometers, it's the same. It's the same veins continuing north in the same El Tigre structure. So what we did in 18 and 19, I didn't stop when I went in care and maintenance. We basically put the cheap exploration, the boots and hammers, they never left the mountain. Half of 18, 19, you'll see the results we put out. We mapped and sampled that thing like you can't even believe. And what we found up there, look on the Verify presentation, amazing. 18 and 19, you'll see some results we put out. The old timers at the El Tigre mine, they didn't drill it. They had little 20, 30 meter exploration adits, tunnels. When we got up there, we found dozens of them. We made them safe and we got in them. We've been in them since June 1st. We didn't intend to drill this summer. We've 2 years in there, high grade silver, but it allows us now to understand that system so well. When I say we're drill ready for 10,000 meters, we're drill ready for 10,000 meters. We've also put some holes in those veins to test the high grade, and we basically we're ready to go on it. But what people have to understand here, go look at hole 144 and 145. Those were very, very important holes for us. They weren't just, let's take a shot to drive the price up when we drilled them last ones. Because from my perspective, what we know now is the high grade is there. But we've also tested, you'll see it in hole 145. We still have, they're all in that El Tigre structure. On my maps, I call it the yellow rock. If you look at the presentation, that's what allowed us to drill that halo around a mine that was done, that had already taken the silver out of it. We're going to have that wide zones of mineralization. We've proven it. We drilled some of those around those super high grade silver veins. So we're going to get both up there too. We really think we've got another El Tigre 9 to the north. That's a big statement. I have not proven it, but we're going to go drill 10,000 meters. And I think that the market will like the results we're going to put out because we know where the next holes are going. And the last thing is, these are 100-meter holes. All of this deposit at the mine and going north, daylights. We walk on not only the silver vein, but we see the alteration zone of 50, 60 meters where that gold disseminates outside that vein to the north. And that is very, very important. The hole 144, I keep coming back to that. That hole was 100 meters. We intercepted it at 50 meters. 50, and this was a stab in the dark. This is 2 kilometers into those unmined veins, north of the old mine. Never had anything taken out of them. We stab in the dark. We hit at 50 meters down hole, a meter of 10 kilos. The veins are come so close together there. We let it continue down. It was in the Cayley vein, and then we let it continue down into Protectora. And at 75 meters, we got another 1.5 meters of a kilo silver. The last part I want to say, and this is very important, to have a clavos in Mexico. This is simple geology from a simple securities lawyer, not a geologist. Why we had that big mine to the south was all these veins came together and came close together. We call that, geometry. When we get north 2 and 3 kilometers, these veins continue, they all come back together. There's actually 4 of them there, the Fundadora, the Cayley, and the Protectora. And that's where we've been, in that El Tigre structure, that great plumbing allows the wide dissemination of gold outside the silver veins. That's why we're so excited. And that's why we put those test holes there, because that's where we hit that 10 kilo stuff and proved we had wide zones.
Okay, so Eric Sprott, he's made you take more money by the sounds of it. He did the same with the discovery metals, actually. They didn't need the money. He's obviously getting very excited about silver. Silver's price has come back up. It's kind of following the momentum of gold. Again, 2 months ago, we wouldn't be having this conversation, I suspect. But what are you going to do with the 11 million? You've told me what you're going to do with bits of it. Are you parking the rest up? And what's the plan with it?
Well, from my perspective, I had always planned to raise 8, and I was walking around the street with I'll be very honest. I was doing the tour with the banks in Toronto, building a syndicate. And I just kept talking, because every day I talked to smart people, our share price kept going up. And I probably would have kept talking. And I'll be very honest what happened. I kept saying, I remember saying to my partners here in Halifax, they're going to put the gun to my head any time now and say, here's your money. But that was going well. Look, sometimes through serendipity, things happen. One of the banks in Toronto 2 weeks ago, and I'm not saying this lightly because none of it's been proven, but they did all their work, and they launched totally independent analyst coverage that they said Silver Tigre is the next Silvercrest. The minute I saw that, I just shook my head and said, man, you can't say that. Eric Fear and the job he's done, and from $3.3 million market cap in 2016 to his son's $1.7 billion, that doesn't happen every day. But that just drove things foolish, and the stock started really reacting to that analyst coverage. And that's when Mr. Sprott and those 8 institutions showed up. Look, I'll be very frank. I had to push that down way down, because I wasn't taking any more money than I did, and that was a tough negotiation, and we took about $3 million more than we wanted, and but we will find use of that. The way that what that does, it allows you to go faster, Matt. Instead of 2 drills, that'll be 4 drills, and that's probably what's going to happen this fall. I'm starting with 2. You can't drill 20,000 meters. You got to drill the first 5. And understand that, that we've been doing that for a long time. You have to understand where things are going. But I expect that'll turn to 4 drills in the north. You're the first guy I've told that to, but that, of course, is the plan.